The year is 2025. America, land of the free, home of the, well, it's complicated. See, we've got this judge, right? James Boasberg. He's got a gavel and a bone to pick with the Trump administration. They're trying to deport people, and he's saying, hold your horses, Donnie. It's a classic standoff. Judge versus president. Buckle up, folks, because this one's going to court. Boasberg isn't just some random judge either. He's a federal judge. He's got power, see? The kind of power that lets him tell the President of the United States, no, you can't do that. And that's exactly what he did. Trump wanted to deport a bunch of people, but Boasberg said, nope, not how this works. He issued an order, a real official stop right there order. The Trump administration, never one to back down from a fight, basically said, you can't tell us what to do. They ignored the judge's order and put those folks on planes anyway. Destination? El Salvador. Now, ignoring a judge's order is kind of a big deal. It's like your mom telling you to clean your room and you just don't. There are consequences. Judge Boasberg was not happy. He was seeing red, white, and blue. He found the Trump administration in contempt of court, which is basically a fancy way of saying, you're in big trouble, mister. This wasn't some slap on the wrist either. This was serious stuff. Criminal contempt. The kind that can land you in jail. Yep, the judge was ready to lock up some government officials. Meanwhile, those deportation flights were already in the air. Over 200 people were on their way to El Salvador, a country many of them had never even seen before. It was chaos. Families were torn apart. People were scared. And the president of El Salvador, well, he thought it was pretty funny. He even mocked the whole thing on social media. Talk about adding insult to injury. The Trump administration argued that the planes were already in the air when the judge issued his order, so they couldn't be held in contempt. It was like saying the cookie was already in my mouth when you told me not to eat it. Not exactly a winning argument. They appealed the judge's ruling, of course, because what else could they do? Admit they were wrong. This was the Trump administration, after all. The case eventually made its way to the highest court in the land. The Supreme Court. This was it, the final showdown. The justices had to decide, could the president really just ignore a judge's order? Could he deport people without giving them a chance to fight their case? The whole country was watching. The Supreme Court's ruling was a mixed bag. They said the Trump administration couldn't just ignore court orders. They also said that people facing deportation had the right to challenge their removal before being put on a plane. It was a partial victory for Judge Boasberg and a blow to the Trump administration. The drama, however, was far from over. This was just one battle in a much larger war over immigration, presidential power, and the rule of law. Stay tuned, folks, because in America the show always goes on.